Hey love, so today we're diving into one of the most powerful awakenings of the feminine body, the moment when your true voice returns. Not the voice you use to keep the peace, not your professional or your corporate voice. This is the voice that rises from your yoni, from your womb space, from your heart, and comes through as your authentic essence from the core. In this episode, I'll guide you through your sacred feminine core channel and help you reconnect to the places inside of you where your authentic truth resides. So if you've been feeling the pull to speak more from your core with more authenticity, to reconnect to your intuition, and to experience your voice as something sensual and alive, this is your invitation. So take a deep breath and let's dive in. Well, hello there, love, and welcome to the Vital Goddess podcast. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you are brand new, just tuning in for the very first time, I am so thrilled you're here. And I hope you find something here that truly serves you, something that feels supportive, that feels useful, and something that you're looking for. I'm just really thrilled to have you here giving it a try. So today, are you ready for another descent into the feminine? That's what we do here. So today we're going to talk about finding your true voice, the yoni, womb, heart channel, and how this connects to your voice. So what we're talking about here is the sacred feminine core channel. So I thought this would be a great time to do this episode. Just yesterday, our full moon in Gemini. So as we publish the day after the full moon, we still are in that portal, all about, again, your inner muse and finding your voice in that way. So, and we also had Venus just recently move into the sign of Sagittarius over the weekend, last weekend. So all about truth, right? Truth, your voice. I'm like, oh yeah, this is feeling so aligned right now. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this with you today. But again, as I said, it is a descent into the feminine, which is a little different from more informational podcasts. So we want to settle in. We want to allow our body to land so that we can really be in this space together. So let's settle in to another dive into your feminine magic. Find a comfortable seat. Let yourself relax. I know it's a tall order, isn't it? Let yourself exhale. Let your shoulders drop. Let your belly soften. And I invite you to take your hands on your body, anywhere in your body. This is such powerful medicine. Your hands on your body, bringing in a sense of safety, softness, receptivity, love. Hands on your body, your hands. And let your body remember that you're here, that she's here, and that you're here together, and that we're here together. And that today we're going to dive into another one of the most powerful awakenings of a woman at midlife, during her midlife rebirth, her second spring. It's the reclaiming of her true voice, the voice that rises from your yoni, from your womb, from your heart, and finally through your throat. It's a voice that isn't constructed, it's not performed, it's not edited, it's not trained. It's a transmission of your true essence. So this episode is an invitation to awaken, as I said, your sacred feminine core channel, this core channel, energetic channel that lives inside of you, or at least to begin that journey. It's a deep vertical current that connects your roots, so your yoni, your womb, your heart, and your throat. And it allows your truth to rise in a way that feels authentic, aligned, sensual, let's add that in for sure, grounded, and undeniably you. So I want to bring in a concept that might feel kind of odd at first, that your real voice isn't actually in your throat. So many women try to, quote, find their voice by focusing on the throat. And there's nothing wrong with that, doing work around that. Like I love singing and chanting and taking voice lessons and things like that, I think is really amazing and can be such a powerful thing in and of itself. But there's a deeper truth here. That deeper truth is that your throat is actually the last stop. It's the end point, the final expression of your essence. Your real voice, your soul voice, your feminine truth begins much lower, much, much lower. It begins in your yoni. Your yoni, the voice of your instinct, your erotic intuition, and your erotic innocence. Your womb, your creative knowing, your inner oracle, the part of you that connects you to your ancestral lineage, your heart, your emotional intelligence, your compassion, your relatability to other humans, your throat, finally, the expression of all of the above, all of these beautiful things. Finally, what comes out of the throat, ideally, by design, would be a culmination of all of that, all of you expressing through your throat. So these 4 centers form the sacred feminine voice channel. And when women say, I don't really know what I want, I don't know how to speak up, I lose my words, I silence myself, or I just like blurt out all this rage. And we've all been there. I've been in these other places too, feeling shrill or like, wow, that just came out not the way I wanted it to. And I don't mean by controlling, but just didn't feel like me. Like, whoa, where did that come from? Right? What's actually happening here is the channel has a disconnection. There's a block or maybe several blocks. And the important thing to get here is that these blocks are no fault of your own. It is just the natural thing that happens for women living in societies that don't value the feminine, right? Patriarchy. So these blocks are not your fault, but the awareness about them around them is so key to start to really change it. So what happens when there are these blocks? Your truth gets stuck in the body somewhere. It could get stuck in the belly, the pelvis, or even in the heart, in the solar plexus even. It sometimes never even makes it out of the deep yoni because we have freeze patterns, right? Or those freeze patterns can happen. These are all things that happen because of trauma. The freeze patterns can be, again, as I said, in the heart and the breasts and even the base of the throat. It might freeze right before it reaches vocalization. So in this episode, it's going to be all about reconnecting these centers as much as we can do in a podcast episode so that you can rise more freely. Your truth can rise more freely within you. And hopefully you'll feel a little stir of that as we go through this. So let's break down the different parts of the voice, where the voice comes from, different styles of voice, I should say, right? So the yoni has a voice. She has a voice of her own. It's raw, it's instinctual. And I have the privilege of hearing women hear their yoni voice on a regular basis. In fact, one of my beloved clients just reported that she heard her yoni talk for the first time, like just the other day. And she's so excited. We're all so excited celebrating her. It's fantastic. And your yoni speaks in different ways. And for her, it was actually quite verbal, which is awesome. I've had that experience and many other women I know have as well. It's, again, an ancient, primal, sensual, and wise voice, and usually is pretty clear on what she wants and doesn't want. This is about the voice of desire. Yeah. She can speak through words sometimes. You can sense it as like, whoa, these words came through that I know I didn't think of in my thinking mind. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It's something you have to experience. But your yoni also speaks through sensation, through arousal, right? Through different sensations of the body, tingling, pulsing, warmth, and pain sometimes too. So pulsing, intuition, and the voice. You want to get really good at really noticing sensation, the felt sense of the body, and what your yoni is feeling. That's how you start to connect with her voice. But her language, again, is very often felt, sometimes spoken. And one of the tragedies, really, of being a woman in our modern world is that we are taught from a very early age to override this voice. like very early age. And I'm sure you'll probably think some of this is familiar, right? We're told to be nice, don't be too dramatic, don't want too much, the voice of desire, right? Being silenced, keep it together, be agreeable, be functional, right? Just because other people are uncomfortable with the voice of the yoni. And wow, that gets really projected hard onto us as young kids, as young girls. And the first casualty of that conditioning really is the voice of the yoni, the voice of your true desire. It's so important to have that voice on board, to feel good in our bodies, to feel powerful in our lives, the voice of your true desire. This is the voice that is definitely clear on the hell yes and the hell no. She's clear on when she wants more or less, or wants to stop, or knows like now or not yet. Let's wait on that. She's that part of you, that voice that can choose this, definitely not that. So when your voice, your yoni voice, isn't listened to, your throat voice becomes more dim, confused, shaky, hesitant, or it becomes more armored, maybe even more corporate in a sense, for lack of a better word, right? Of that functional voice, you can almost feel the freeze in it, and very very functional and goal oriented kind of thing. So it's definitely more of a masculine voice, and I'm not saying that's bad or wrong. There's definitely a time and place for that, but there's also this other voice that you can wake up, which is really nice to bring more joy and pleasure and true full expression of who you fully are into the world. And this is one of the reasons why in my work we focus so much, I'm sure you've noticed, on sensual breath work. It is absolutely foundational. It's one of the most powerful things we can do to wake up your voice and your sacred feminine core channel. And within this style of breath work, it's a form of conscious connected breath, and we're going to explore it together in a moment. But we also weave in our trifecta, I should say, is breath, movement, and sound. Because when I'm breathing away, that actually moves the body. So it's moving from the inside out, allowing ourselves to be moved by the breath. And that is a non-linear movement. And we also use sound. So just sighing. You've probably done this with me at some point if you've been here before. That's part of the medicine right there. So breath, movement, sound. This is what awakens your sacred feminine core channel and awakens the voice of your yoni. So we'll get back to that. So let's talk about your womb voice. So we can think of this also as the oracle voice. I think your yoni is also an oracle. They work in cahoots, these two. They might speak slightly differently. I feel, this is my experience, see what you think, or see what you experience. I feel the womb voice is slower, rounder, deeper. It's like earthy, timeless. It feels like it connects me to my ancestors, my lineage. And she quite often will speak through dreams, imagery, emotional waves, creativity, creative impulse, and again, desire. Yeah, definitely desire. And it just feels slightly different, but I can still feel those two are very connected in terms of erotic power and deeply feminine. The important thing to know about the yoni and the womb is that they don't rush. The voice doesn't rush. They don't force clarity like our mind does, right? She really gives her truth out slowly, unhurried, like a lover giving secrets, sharing secrets, softly, intimately, in her own damn time. Can't rush it. So it does take some patience and a consistent tuning into the body. So most women in midlife feel a bit of a crisis going on around identity for many reasons. And it is a wake-up call. I want to remind you, it's not a midlife crisis. It's actually an awakening, wake-up call from the goddess herself. But it could feel like a crisis of identity, right? Because we have lost contact with this voice, and the awareness around it is so important. It's calling you home to, again, your deeper feminine truth. But the moment you start to reconnect to your yoni in your womb. Your clarity starts to return. Your desires start to become more clear. Your purpose actually starts to come more clear in the forefront as well. Your boundaries strengthen. Your pleasure deepens. Your truth becomes a lot more unshakable, undeniable. So let's talk about the voice of the heart, right? So the heart, we love the heart too, right? More relational, compassionate, loving. So the heart voice is a bridge here. Like she's the one who can translate the wisdom and the erotic wisdom of the yoni in the womb into something more relatably human when we get into the realm of interpersonal relationships, right? Our heart's really good at that. More relational, more tender, again, compassionate, human interaction here. So she speaks through emotion, empathy, resonance when you resonate with someone, also a longing, connection, softness, and vulnerability. A great way to look at this is like if the womb or the yoni says, this is true, however she communicates that to you, your heart might say, yes, I hear you. And here's how we can speak it with love. So it kind of filters, not censors, but actually strengthens it with the vibration of love, right? Because love is one of the highest vibrations, or probably is the highest vibration there is in the universe. So your love has a beautiful way of alchemizing, right? The desire. And when that's happening, pure magic is underfoot. So, but when the heart is overwhelmed or armored for very valid reasons, closed, right? Heartbroken, our truth gets diluted, softened, or frozen, really, is what it is, and even silenced. It doesn't get to alchemize. We don't get to really bring that desire into the world, into the playing field that we came to play in, if you will. So this is why, again, breath medicine, sensual breath work is so important. It opens the heart and it helps to de-armor and move the blocks. And when we do that, the heart opens and your throat softens and things flow a lot more smoothly. So again, the trifecta, breath, movement, and sound can really open up that sacred feminine core channel and connect our erotic power with our love power. So let's talk about the throat voice expression, the final stop on the journey in a sense. So when women say, I can't find my voice, it's very rarely a throat issue. I would say it's more of a disconnection issue. And there might be some physical ailments that have arisen from that disconnection issue. But the root cause most likely is a disconnection issue. So when the yoni, the womb, and the heart aren't in communication, they don't have their inner alchemy going on, then the throat has nothing to stand on, right? Your throat's on shaky ground. It's like living in a house of cards. But when they are connected, when your channel's open and flowing, speaking your truth becomes more effortless. Not always comfortable, because your desires, are most likely going to ruffle some feathers along the way. But effortless in the sense that it just is innately who you are. It's just who you be in the world, and you just can't not speak it. So, and again, it's infused with love from the heart. So what I've seen time and time again with clients and with myself too, with this work, your voice becomes more clear, grounded, warm, sensual, confident, embodied. This is what midlife is really inviting you into, right? Your deeper truth. And part of that is your voice that no longer needs approval, not waiting for a permission slip. The voice that is really here in service to your aliveness and your expression of your essence. All right, so let's take a moment, maybe stretch, move around a little bit. But I want to just guide you through a short and sweet sensual breath practice here, breathwork practice, breath ritual so that you can start to feel this come alive in your own body. And remembering our trifecta, right? Breath, movement, and sound. So if you're not seated, find a comfortable seat. Let your body soften, shoulders soften. And breathe with me now. Inhale through your nose as if you're smelling something amazing, really receiving the scent of that inhale. Exhale with a sigh out of your mouth. Open. Breathing like the ocean. Finding the tidal rhythm of your breath, the wave of breath. And again, your hands on your body. Place one hand on your lower belly, the womb space, one on your heart. Start to sense your yoni like a beautiful flower. Allow the breath to reach your yoni. Allow your yoni to be moved by the breath. And if you feel numb and disconnected, no worries. The more you practice this, the more it'll come alive. You definitely need a soft belly for this. But breathe until you feel even the whisper of sensation. And then whisper softly to your yoni, I hear you. Move your awareness into the womb. And let your breath expand her space softly. Inhale, filling. Exhale, surrender with that exhale. Breathing into the womb space. And whisper, I trust you. Amazing. Bring your awareness now to your heart and your breasts, breathing into your breast and your heart. Let the ribs soften. Let the heart soften. Let your breast soften. Breathing into this whole love chamber. Rhythmically, like the ocean. And whisper, I feel you. Riding the waves of breath. So as you breathe, allow your body to be moved by the breath. If you're breathing like a wave, it's like you're letting your body ride the waves of your breath. You'll just do this organically. Allow your body to be taken by the wave of breath, surrendering to it. And finally, throat breath. Lift your awareness now into your throat. Soften your jaw. We're going to sound here. So staying with that deep wave. And on your exhale, ha. Extend that ha sound. That ha sound is a powerful sound. It's a Taoist healing sound that awakens, releases blocks from your sacred feminine core channel. Connects yoni, womb, heart, and throat. You might want to imagine a vertical golden thread connecting all four centers. Breath, movement, and sound. And then whisper to yourself, my voice rises from my body. My truth lives in my breath. I am ready to speak from my core. Take one last deep inhale and a long, soft sigh of an exhale. And coming back gently. If you had your eyes closed, you want to open them. Just move your body, stretch your body. Well done. So simple, right? And that's something that you can do on a regular basis. And if you do devote yourself to that, you will start to feel something happening, something shifting, right? Remember, your voice is not something that you find outside of yourself. It's something you remember. It's something you feel. It's something you allow. Something that rises naturally inside of you when your body is awake, when your body is respected and connected. Your truth is in you, nowhere else. Your clarity is in you, nowhere else. Your knowing is within you, nowhere else. And the more that you breathe like the ocean, and the more you allow your body to be moved by the breath, and allow yourself to sound, the more your voice becomes a force of nature, the force of nature that you are. Thank you so much for being here with me in this temple today. And I will catch you next time. Take care.